through demos, when you skip from round to round, you can just hear him making weird noises on in the dead talk, like on more than one occasion. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a really funny guy.
All right, so it looks like we are actually ready. mousesports will be starting on the CT side. Evil Geniuses will be the aggressors, and they'll have a bunch of flashbangs on Ethan, a molly and a smoke for Stanislaw. So I'm curious to see what they have in mind, and it will be a play into connector. So I wonder if Frozen will get any sound cues. Chris J moving to the short B position, but here they come. Bursting around the toilets, using that numbers game if they can. Now they've got a close range advantage with the numbers inside the toilets, but they still need to approach one of these sites.
Yeah, so Frozen, he got that information, and mousesports are doing the correct thing here. They've got water, and they can open up the flank if possible. Depends how they want to read the situation. They've got Robs actually going for the big flank. They rotate everybody else through CT. Frozen holding things down. 2 great headshots to start things off with. And he's maybe good for some more here. Still alive and kicking. Oh, just barely unable to get that, but Woxic will save him. What a great defense there from Frozen. Able to deal with pretty much everyone until the flank comes in. In fact, it wasn't even necessary. Carrigan's in there as well at the end too. So mousesports, fantastic hold. Frozen did exactly what he needed to do. Bought so much time and got the 2 instant pops he needed.
Great effort from Frozen. Maybe some cold hands there with whoever it was to the left of him. I think that was a free kill, but he eventually got saved by Woxic. There we go. Stan almost, but not quite. Although I'm sure he would have got traded anyway. So no matter. 1-0 to mousesports. They start off on the right foot on their CT side. FAMAS is out, but they've prioritized the SMGs and the utility. We'll see how they choose to approach what they might assume as a force buy. Don't think they know just yet. Not too many shots rattled off. We've got the crab walk in connector. T's love an engagement on a force buy inside the connector. Close quarters, that CZ will be very dangerous, but the CTs know better than to do that. Some CTs will head into connector with, say, an auto shotgun, but not on this occasion.
Yeah, connector is so important for the T's in this round. You're completely right. It's like you get options to go into sewers or sandwich the party or bathrooms players of the CTs with your teammates who might be pushing through fountains. So you get all these options, and trying to defend these positions against pistols as the CTs is just too much variance. You're playing to their strengths. So we see that mousesports very intelligently give up those close positions around connector, but Frozen and Woxic are trying to find out that info. They see them coming out of the connector. They are in some trouble here. Can mousesports, EG capitalize? Looks like they will be able to get 1 kill out of it. Now Circus arrived from long, can't quite connect that Deagle, but he has got some position, continues to pressure whilst his teammates close the distance, and Breeze is the one with the damage off the Deagle. That's fantastic, and there is still much more damage to be done, but in goes Rops on the flank, and that should be able to calm things down, but Ethan's looking to get a plant under this one.
On the way down to the B-bomb site, Rops will be able to hear him. Smoke up on the balcony, smart work from Ethan. Now does he go for a bomb plant that's exposed? No, he'll go for the safe plant. And Molotov, oh, it's gone a little too far. That might have done the job with Ethan only on 20 HP. Does he dare leave the bomb site? That smoke will soon be gone, and then he'll be very exposed. Rob's going to play it patient, maybe wait for an eventual peek, although there's no guarantee he knows where he is. Apparently he does. That was so awkward, especially on the A bomb site. Cirque was alive for so long. Carrigan's trying to take care of the problem from Optimus. The player by Connector, by Divider is waiting for Carrigan to do that. It was just like there were so many awkward situations there for mousesports. Cirque was just his mere presence limited where mousesports could stand on the A-bomb site, and the guy by Divider had to just stand there in case he got pushed through the smoke at the same time. So awkward, but they managed to survive. However, Evil Geniuses can try to capitalize on that force buy bomb plant and all the damage they did, and they will. They'll go for the force buy again. They've got a Krieg out the AK at the Galil, so it's a much better force buy, and there's plenty of opportunity ahead. There's the molly I was talking about, the incendiary, which we may see. If the money's there, we might see that every round. It stops the T side from doing a lot. They don't know if there's a push towards party and so on. Tarek will have to try and figure that out as well.
We talked about Woxic's impacts, and this is a spot where he's going to have to do a lot because his teammates are outgunned otherwise. The Kriegs have come out. Frozen's close. There's surely a trade coming in here. There it is with that MAC-10. Very quick on that trade. And now, indeed, Woxic is in a little bit of trouble. He does have some support from the UMP of Carrigan, but again, with the Kriegs, the AK, well, the Krieg and AK out, there's a lot of issues. And there's the push from Chris J. And Ethan was trying to actually facilitate a rotation back for his teammates, but maybe now they'll have to think about or rethink things entirely. Do they go back to A? They know that Woxic is lurking there.
3 versus 3. How can they use their numbers advantage? EG. That is one of their strengths, trying to, when I say numbers advantage, I mean in a trade frag situation, because mousesports are likely to have to spread out somewhat and be playing positions in isolation. AWP will help with that for sure. Potentially able to give them some extra range. 29 seconds on the clock. We've got the grenade deployed by Tarek. A smoke for the balcony position. Chris J's in the water, and he's alone. The rotation is coming through. There are no flashes for him. He's the only person with a flash or a grenade. 16 seconds. So if you try to stop the bomb plant, it might make the retake a little more dangerous. He does go for it, and Cirque has the angle. That's a big advantage for EG post-plant now. 3 versus 2. Made 2 versus 2, and Woxic almost gets both, tagging Cirque as he makes his way towards Monster. I don't even know if he saw Cirque.
Yeah, I don't know that he did. That was kind of crazy, the timing of that. And that may make a huge difference here. Cirque is really going to struggle. That's a beautiful peek from Woxic. Absolutely knows what's going on. Cirque, who did get tagged through his teammate previously by the AWP, is now against the AWP. And that is actually going to mean that he... Oh, my God. He just goes for the brazen peek against the AWP. Woxic is too quick, and that's a great start from Woxic. Again, he has been somewhat quiet in some of the series in this tournament so far. We highlighted that more than just Rops has to step up. It's really good to see that Woxic getting going straight away.
That's just an absolutely ridiculous play from Woxic. The short B peak, this was so fast. It was unreal just how fast that was, but he scopes in repeatedly. The crazy thing is, Cirque swings as he goes from 1 times to 2 times scope, and he still manages to flick him, which is probably not the easiest thing in the world, but such is the level of skill for Woxic. That was just ridiculous. But I think he's scoping there repeatedly to try and bait him to suggest he's not defusing the bomb, or that he is defusing the bomb, rather. And it works out. There we see the auto shotgun now in that connector position. We mentioned that earlier. However, he may be in for a nasty surprise, Carrigan, because there's yet another force buy.
Yeah, EG have been doing so much damage. And mousesports have been hanging on by a thread, but they are hanging on. And that XM could come in handy here. Maker. Oh, can't quite connect that headshot. Shotguns can be a very fickle beast in Counter-Strike, and there is another example of that.
But look at the flank from Frozen immediately. He heard Tarek fall back, and he knows that he's probably not going to hang around here because, in theory, the T's have presence. However, they don't have presence. They think they do, which is even worse for EG, and Frozen could find himself with 2.
And once again, Woxic might be one of the focal points, as well as Frozen with this very timely flank. He could actually get a couple free kills here if he has that trigger discipline. He knows that he can wait. He's not being spotted. They're not going to suspect this. He knows he's seen 2 now, and now he can just execute 2. There's 1. There's number 2. Absolutely fantastic, and that will cue the push here. They've got no choice. They have to just rush in, regardless of anything. Chris
J on the sides alone. They're lining up for him, but he can't take them out. We've got Frozen at the front, but he's been taken out as well. That leaves Rops alone. They might not know where Rops is. Doesn't look like they do. But now he's been spotted. 20 seconds. Do they go to the B bomb site? No, they'll get the plant down immediately. They've got time to fall back. Rops is so far away. There's no defuse kit for Rops. There might be one down on the site. Stan and Cirque are pretty low, so they really need to play a trade frag situation. If Cirque peaks first, then Stan may be able to trade. However, if Rops is coming from long, that wouldn't be the case, but he's not. You can see Stan peeking every few seconds. He may have spotted him. There's a grenade popping out. It's the HE, of course. Rob's looking for that trade fragger now, dropping the smoke. Cirque will swing immediately, as will Stan. Double peek, and there's the first round for EG.
Oof, that was so close as well. And if you consider that mousesports, if they managed to get that flank working thanks to Frozen, you got an instant 2K. The fact that they are unable to win the round at that point forwards is very unfortunate for mousesports, and given all the damage that had been previously done, it does put them in a rather poor spot. A couple Deagles, CZ, 5-7, and 1 M4A4. Not good indeed. EG looking good for this round. Connector control with 2 players. We've got a couple players hanging out by the playground, playing things slow, and mousesports have decided to take some aggression towards the water position. And I would imagine that EG would have heard this.
Trying to break the door open a little more, I think, while Woxic's holding the angle. I like the idea. There's some more work to be done. There's no pop flash. They'll boost over the top. Tarek gonna look for it, but a little too late. They start to fall back. Oh, Stan, that's absolutely beautiful. What a clean headshot. And now finally the hole is made larger. And Chris J may have an advantage should they go in his direction. But there are two players up A long for EG, keeping control of that position. We've got two players in the toilets for mousesports, however. Now, if there's a rotation from B, there may end up being a crossfire on the A bomb site, so that would be a problem for EG. Stan deploying that grenade will be heard by Frozen. Does Rops try to play off of it with him? 35 seconds on the clock again. That is that rotation for Carrigan. So there is a potential crossfire if they can take out Stan, which they do. That's the go button for EG on long, but they could be running into disaster.
Yeah, again, it will be difficult, but they seem strong from this long position. Carrigan does whip his first few shots, but Frozen certainly won't. The trade's working out for mousesports so far, and indeed Robs finishes it off. And my goodness, that looked like it was going to be a good close from EG. You know, you see Stan there on the divider area, and I believe it was Frozen who is that smoke trick, James. Frozen was sitting in the middle of that smoke. You get that one way for a split second, and it really worked out for him.
Got attack pause from Evil Geniuses. And indeed, having lost Stan in that fashion, you just don't have any presence at the front of the toilet. So those are free positions for the CTs. They need to be close because they've got the pistols. So again, when they've got that rotation coming through, I mean, they immediately knew Carrigan goes to the side, and he was looking to play that crossfire with Rops. He takes out, well, he tries to fight the guy to his right, Carrigan, but he doesn't fight to the death because he knows there's more power on the other side of the bomb site when he can use his teammates who are around the toilets. And that's just really hard to deal with, especially in such a fast-moving situation like that. 4-1 for mousesports, a very unlikely round win. That's got to be frustrating for Evil Geniuses. After so many force buys, they finally broke the money of mousesports, only to lose the next round. And here they are, back again with the force buys. I feel like almost every round this half so far for EG has been a force buy, and this adds to that stat. Tarek with the AK Breeze with the Krieg, that'll be very important. The rest of them with a mixed bag, 2 Deagles and a UMP. They're light on grenades as well, so this is going to be a hard task for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, it's certainly not looking good right now. mousesports with a, I mean, it's been a difficult start, but they have converted the rounds. 4-1 is with a prospect of 5-1 if you look at it on paper. EG not well equipped. Breeze on the Krieg, of course. He is notorious. The Gunners are obviously still very strong, and he's perhaps, him and Elige, perhaps the two names that comes to mind first when you think about the best players with it. And mousesports tentative here. Carrigan will find himself a kill there. The boost over the top. The timing that was unexpected by Ethan. And that's a quick 5v4 in favor of mousesports, and EG, they are ready to go into that B-bomb site now.
That's a really timely pick, which gives them some cover as EG move through the monster position. mousesports making this one work out really well. 4 players alive for the time being. No breezes on the site. Chris just got to be careful now. Just running distraction. A few shots to make Breeze look the wrong way, and Carrigan pops out. The synergy from mousesports has been good. Again, the small 2-man setups, that's one of the most important things with, especially with a team having experience playing together and knowing what to expect from each other. Just quick communication. I'm gonna bait from Monster, then you peek from the balcony, and it's done. It's done as carefully as they can. They stay alive in the numbers. After Carrigan's pick with the boost, he actually rotated towards A because there was a 2-man setup deep in toilets. They had no information towards long. So there was a window for EG, but again, they didn't really have the equipment. And here they are finally on an eco with a bunch of Deagles. They've got 2 HEs going to that jump boost, jump peak position. Nobody home. And that tells Rops that there's at least 2 people outside Monster, so he holds an angle for them to make their way towards short B.
This is looking really good for mousesports. Might be a flash over the top to blind Rops from Stan. Let's see exactly what the plan is. There's the flash bang. Rops will take that straight in the face, but the setup is such that he is covered by his teammate. And it doesn't really seem to be any way in for EG onto that B bomb site, or really anything, any position of the map. That's not given away by mousesports. As you can see, they've given up 4 positions towards the A side of the map. Playing a 2-man long setup, in fact. Giving away the sights from the short position. And Breeze will take it. Happily so. Although the bomb is very, very much not in their hands. They'll try to get some kills. That's all they can really accomplish at this point. It's not looking good for them to even get one, though, and Breeze will go down. So just up to Sir. Can he get one kill? That would be great to salvage something from this round. But no, mousesports survived with 5 players, James. And now it's looking like they're getting confident, and they're really starting to build some stability behind their economy.
Stan is 1 for 6 at the moment, and Tarek is 2 for 7. So again, some of the bigger personalities on the team not really getting much mileage at the moment is not ideal.
That was a good one kill, though, from Stan. The one kill that he did get was pretty nice.
EG are 50% on overpass in the last 3 months with 6 games played, and mousesports are 75% with 4 games played. They're big percentages with low amount of games, so it's kind of a 50-50 to me in that respect. Again, you've got that Molotov, the incendiary rather, towards T ramp, and this time they'll burst behind it. Just go straight through the playground towards long. Again, one of the main threats there is like a fountain push from the CTs if you throw smoke there, or a party push, but they're not too concerned. They're going to prioritize some good map control. It's going to be a big battle towards long. Rops, that's some crazy aggression from him towards B. And there's a lot to talk about with how Rops is playing positions like that in a minute. But again, we've got a 2-man investment on long from the CTs and from the Ts as well. We'll see who is the more patient. Frozen playing anti-flash at present with Woxic just trying to peep. 4 versus 5 for EG, looking for only their 2nd round from 8. And that Molotov is to take a potential sniper position away. But they won't hear anybody connect with that Molotov.
Carrigan in a great angle here. Will he be able to get a kill or 2? The jump across. He'll be able to get the 1. Woxic there for rifle support, but he's under fire at this point in more ways than one. He's looking very dead indeed. He will finally go down to Cirque as Chris J tries to work at the truck position. He's the only player really with any positional health here for mousesports. He does get the headshot onto Stan, but the trade is quickly there. Rops, though, finds his opportunity, and he'll make it good. A 1 versus 1. Cirque, he will be able to plant the bomb. He does choose to try to smoke off the stairs, though. Swaps out for the AK. Oh, dear. It's tagged by the Molotov, and the swing from Rops. Oh, wow, down to 3. Only 1 tag from Cirque. Rops will get it done. Great play from mousesports so far. 7-1. They did not look like they were going to come out on top on the bomb side. Yeah,
that was a super wild round. Woxic was stuck in the corner. He was begging for the flashbang. You could see one on Chris J, but it took way too long to come out, and down he went. But down to 3 HP. That one really went down to the wire. You can say Carrigan's loving that one. Hyping up the crowd as well. 7-1. You can see it's nothing but frustration so far for Evil Geniuses on this T side. And they're back on pistols. I don't know if they've had a full buy yet. Everything has been labeled. It's been lacking something. There's been a UMP here, a Deagle there. Now they've got a CZ75s out. They're approaching maximum loss bonus. The lineup starts for Robs. He's done great damage, followed up by Carrigan. And there's only 1 player to deal with now. Tarek looking for a rotation. He wants those close quarters engagements. This is still a dangerous situation for the CTs. They don't have all the money in the world. Tarek could do some damage here. I would say, like, we talk a lot about the best players of the Krieg. I think with the CZ, Twist is one of, if not the most savage player with the CZs. We've seen him get 1v4s with a CZ before. But Tarek will not be able to do any more damage on this occasion. But I want to quickly just say, like, Rops across multiple maps, he's choosing to be really aggressive when he wants to on the CT side, and it seems he's trying to condition T-side to look out for him, to fear him, kind of like classic versus pro, but just in his positions, obviously. We saw it on Inferno in previous matches in this tournament so far, and then we saw that aggression a few rounds ago through Monster Tunnel. So he's just telling me, you never know when I'm going to do something ridiculous, something you don't expect, try and take map control where we have no right to take it.
He made an interesting play when he went aggressive on the Monster Tunnel too, because we saw Frozen earlier using that trick where you stand in the smoke and you get that one way just as it's disappearing. We saw Rops do the same thing on his monster aggression. He stands in the dead center in the smoke, and then that was that was his cue to go. He stands there, gets that one way, and even though his opponent was actually jiggle peeking the barrel, he still gets the kill anyway. So it didn't end up helping him, but it seems to be something that mousesports are using a lot. That mechanic. Some teams do, some teams don't. There are some inherent risks, but as you say, James, he's been incredible, his form this tournament so far.
Yeah. What he's been allowed to do, the room he's been given by his team is fantastic. Oh, is that a CT smoke into the molly as well? Really trying to cause problems for EG. Although on this occasion, EG just have the lurker. So generally speaking, your lurker is not going to go too far anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Trying to make a play into the B bomb site. Ethan will go fishing. Now, this is the thing. That molly towards T-ramp can be a blessing in disguise for EG if they think the CTs, well, if the CTs have invested behind it. If they've gone for an aggressive play with 2 or 3 players, then it would be quite timely to make a play in towards the B bomb site. But again, they didn't get that opening frag, and they will reset the situation.
Now, it's getting a little bit quiet here as EG sort of working out what they want to do. They do have this forward map controller Stan, and they have forced mousesports into a passive position. So as far as mousesports are concerned right now, it could be either bomb site. And so that's never a nice spot to be in on the defensive side. EG will keep some presence towards A with Stan, just doing the rounds, but bomb, as we can see, is towards Monster. That boost, almost getting Breeze. And Ethan takes full advantage of him dropping off position. Rops is going to go down, and it's looking very difficult now for mousesports on the bomb side. Christian's got to somehow defend, but he'll get taken out by Cirque, and Woxic falls as well. mousesports looking very bad in this situation, and it's just frozen, stuck on the A site. There's nothing left for him to do except save the gun. Great attack from EG. They picked their moment, and what a good moment it was.
Yeah, and after I stopped speaking like mid-round, Stan was by divider, as you mentioned, Dan, but that's again one of the things that's special about Stan. There was, again, that Molotov towards T-ramp came in, but I think there was also a CT smoke behind it, as well as the T's smoking the molly off themselves. And I think a lot of players would just be hiding playground, expecting some kind of aggression, but Stan just went through it immediately. He has a very good feel for the game. And again, that is definitely something unique that he brought to the team when he joined the roster, because a lot of people wouldn't do that. But there's a lot of things like Stan just knows, he just kind of has the right feel for the atmosphere and will take decisions that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily take. That said, it's just 2-8 from the Evil Geniuses' perspective. There's lots of work to be done. If they could win this round, I mean, mousesports won't be as broke as they might be. There's some money here and there, but it's still going to suck, generally speaking. So let's not forget, this could still end 7-8 for Evil Geniuses, but they need to win the right rounds, and this is most certainly one of them. This time they don't go for the smoke in the incendiary. So that Molotov you can throw on your way into the B bomb site as a CT. You used to see CTs throw a HE behind it if they thought the Ts were waiting behind the molly to go in. That used to do a lot of damage, but it's come and gone. Is that a divider molly maybe from Breeze?
Yeah,
I
looks
think
like it.
Yeah, take the angles away from an AWP.
Systematic, methodical. Is definitely, oh, very close. It's very much needed qualities on defaults in this map, and that's a great opening. Well, Woxic makes it even better. Picking up the second kill, they're equalizing the numbers. The bomb has actually been left behind towards the fountain, and Cirque, wow, he's dealt with Woxic, and position will be taken on the side. But there's not many players here for EG. Someone has to go back for the bomb, and Rops is on the way up connector. He will hear perhaps the movements. He's got to pick a good timing. He's going to hear the running back through towards T-spawn. He knows what that means.
Yeah, well, Rops was short B, but he was on top of the rail, so he couldn't see Ethan walk into the B bomb site. So Chris J's going to have no idea about that, but that will be a consideration. He's crept back. This is the position he was holding earlier on, so Chris J will expect that there are people in the B bomb site now, since he heard that rotation earlier on from Cirque. Went a long way. He knew connector wasn't safe. Good comms from his team. Chris J starts to creep in now. Ethan's got a good angle, and surely he gets a free frag here. Chris J can't find anybody. Falls back a little, but down he goes. At the same time, Rops takes out Tarek, who was lurking in connector, waiting for that rotation, but Rops was already in position. 1 versus 2 now. No defuse kit, no grenades for Rops. See what he chooses to do. And he'll choose to fall back. Not really fancying it. Trade fragging opportunities, perhaps too great. There are a lot of different things that could have happened there.
Yeah, it's really difficult to attack into an AWP, especially of the quality of Cirque when he's in a defensive position like that. You don't have any flashbangs, no teammates to work off of. And he knows what that means. So, great effort from EG. Really nice rotation. It was cool to see the possibilities for mousesports to still recover because of the way that Rops was lurking in that connector position. He had the information, but it was really the class of Cirque that won this round for EG. Really fantastic shooting, and Chris J unfortunate not to find anything at all with his peaks. And EG, there's a great chance to get back into this one. They've created a great spot for themselves. They've caused problems on the money for their opposition, and now it's time to capitalize.
The only bad thing for EG at this juncture is that mousesports, again, they weren't completely broke, so they're not going to be on eco for very long, however, and there's an AWP for Woxic. Karrigan has invested in the M4A4, so I think they're going to buy around it, so they won't even be on eco. So again, it's another key round for mousesports, for Evil Geniuses and mousesports at this point, because mousesports won't have much money left. So this is a big swing round. This could be a great lead for mousesports, or it could be the start of a proper comeback for EG in the first half. There's that molly towards the ramp once again. There's the smoke, and now it's the unknown. So we'll see how Stan deals with this. Once more, he's the only person towards the playground position, but very quickly EG are going to fall back from B. I don't know what the read is there, but it seems they want to have some presence around this playground position. I think Stan maybe the combo of grenades suggested that there might be more going on than in previous rounds. It is a two-man setup inside the toilet. So you saw a Molotov in toilets from EG earlier on, which was to clear pretty much the setup you're seeing now. Frozen looking in divider with Woxic holding inside the box.
Yeah, so a slow start. It's we're at the minute mark, but even though EG, most of their team were slow to get position or slow to make maneuvers, Stan does have front bathrooms, and that's pretty key. And mousesports have water control, and that's something that EG understand is a strong possibility. So they're going to work on the bathrooms here. They have two players moving up the long position as well. The bomb is still down. That's something we have to consider. That does give EG the possibility to rotate back through to B if they want, or to swing the lurker from Monster through, but into Robs they go. This is not a good look, but they will trade him out. Robs had no support. 1-for-1. Cirque found Frozen as well in front bathrooms, and this might cause problems, but trade after trade, and it's going to be hard to see where we land. Karrigan now trying to defend the B bomb site. There is attacks everywhere, all across the map, and it looks like EG will come out on top here.
Well, I think that round just ended with Woxic getting picked. That was such an interesting round. Robs again goes into that short B position where he's elevated on the rail so he can't see players going towards Monster. But rather than the two-man setup, Chris J came as well to swing if the sniper needed it inside the toilets. There was a three-man setup from mousesports, but I think EG just had a sense of what might be going on, started to head towards that B bomb site. I would love to watch that round back just to see all the perspectives and how EG felt that B was the right decision in that scenario. That was really, really interesting. And I mean, they're really having to, like, mousesports are putting them in high pressure situations. On this occasion, they made the right choice and they moved to 4. So indeed, now really the comeback in this first half might be on. Chris J will save the AWP, but there's not going to be much else behind it.
It's good to see that Evil Geniuses are finding their footing, finding their groove, their pace on this map now. And I love how both teams are kind of maneuvering around the map and you know, finding those gaps, finding those edges. It's been really cool to see. Overpass, again, it's such a complex map. There's so many different ways to play it and so many weird timings. It's cool to see that we have two teams here that understand the map very, very well. Seeing some great high-quality overpass here from these guys, and I would love to see Cirque just walk in with that AWP, and Ethan's there with him. They have a setup, an aggressive setup there now, and if there is to be any peeking from the CTs, that's definitely going to be problematic.
I love how this is all matched up. The rifle support with rifle support for both snipers, and they're a big push into the B bomb site now. How do they deal with this? They've had problems with these kind of half by anti-eco situations before. Karrigan's now around the back of the career. They're going to re-peek him, but he can't escape in time. Cut to pieces, and Chris J takes the bomb carrier out. And now it's Cirque alone, 1 versus 3. Takes one out, but it's so awkward for him. He has no idea where Frozen is. Dancing around the pillar. He's got a smoke to hide behind. The timing works out for Cirque, though. Down to half health now, even less, and Woxic still holding the angle on the bomb. And another Rico round is won by mousesports. That's 2 rounds in this half. Imagine what the score might have been if they hadn't won these rounds. And again, there's just nothing but mental pressure for Evil Geniuses round after round. Success is always brief.
Yeah, it's so difficult to deal with the smoke that's placed by the CTs on either side of that pillar, whether it's connecting, you know, the barrels in the pillar or blocking that gap that's close to the short position. It's just very difficult. You feel like you just have to wait if you're the T side, and mousesports have used the hell out of that. And Woxic going aggressive with the orb. That's what we want to see here. What is he going to be able to accomplish? He has Frozen there to support him, to help him get out of position. Great first pick onto Stan as the T's are spotted running up the long position. And now there can be reinforcements on the A-bomb site. They got everything under control, but maybe not. Woxic taking down from the connector position, leaving Frozen alone.
Frozen jumps past Tariq. He's got no idea. He gets there. How did he get that frag? I have no idea. The bomb is on long, though, alone, and Karrigan's starting to push up. Doesn't want to defend the bomb site alone, so he'll take a forward position. Cirque is waiting. He's patient, looking to play off of his teammates. If he goes down, there's going to be so many problems for mousesports, for EG, sorry. Oh, the timing. Cirque, the timing's going to keep going. Karrigan, is he going to see him? Radar, anything? Ah, he's come up on the radar with the bomb as well. That's some really important information. He's playing for the round win, not just for one kill here or there. He knows the bomb needs to rotate to join the other players. Berserk's going back towards long. He sees Ethan. Ethan turns around. But where's Tariq? He has no idea where Tariq is. There he is. And he makes it look easy, Karrigan. That leaves Cirque alone. Last seen towards long. Could be going towards B, could be going towards A. But surely it's A with 2 players by divider.
Yeah, there's so many things that are possible for Cirque to have to deal with, so many variables to consider here. I don't know if he actually saw that player jiggling around the dumpster. Cirque will toss a molly around the truck to at least eliminate the possibilities there could be a defender in that spot. But great connection onto Karrigan, but there's a trade immediately from Chris J. And thank goodness for mousesports' sake, because if Cirque has a moment to breathe, he is going to be able to do something surely. And what an important kill that was from Tariq. It still didn't matter, though, in the face of Karrigan.
The timing for Cirque was so unfortunate on long, but the play from Karrigan was so much better again. He sees the objective down the bottom of long, sees Ethan inside the toilets, but the objective is a priority, and Tariq is an unknown. So the decision-making there to trigger discipline was fantastic. Or maybe it was a blessing that he didn't spot him immediately, but saw him on the radar afterwards.
Such a great play from Karrigan.
Yeah, it
worked out very well. I
wasn't expecting
him to get that second kill, you know. He's like, because at that point he's kind of like, he feels desperate because he knows there's a T there somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's given away the sound cues now, and so he's desperately trying to find the fight. I did not think he'd win it.
Here we are, 10-4. This has been a really unfortunate half so far for Evil Geniuses, losing those 2 rounds where mousesports had a saved weapon and some bobs and pots and pans. So many chances to reset and then take advantage, but they just weren't able to do so. So maybe it'll be 5. Maybe it won't. We'll soon see. Both teams on the bye, but again, it's shortcomings for EG. Stan on a Caesar 75, Tariq on a Mac 10. Still doable, though. Presence in connector from EG, but it seems like there's a monster. There are intentions with monster. There's a flashbang. That will be heard, but they don't know that it's a monster push. That flash could be anywhere.
Both Rops and Chris J did the smoke thing this time, Jay. They're both sitting in the middle whilst it was disappearing. So it does seem to be something that mousesports are trying to abuse a lot as a team. It's going to be an A push, and mousesports have so much information. Look at the positioning for mousesports now. This is not good for EG. They don't have any lurkers towards the B side of the map, so they have no ability to safely rotate back to B. They don't have connector control. They definitely don't have water. They don't have monster. They are committed towards A here.
Karrigan starting to creep. A rare miss with AWP, but Cirque is still alive, and that's going to be an issue. Woxic, though, will deliver some kills. There's a ding-dong from Tariq with a Mac 10. And now it's a 3 versus 3. 40 seconds remain. Chris J got a flashbang. Can he find 2? He can't. Tariq's on a team kill, actually. Chris J finds 0, but Tariq will do the work for him. 2 versus 2, 30 seconds. It's all going to end on this A bomb site. Fade away HE grenade will do a little, but Woxic still has his angle. And maybe it won't end on the A bomb site as they start to rotate. 20 seconds. It will be a race car to the B bomb site now. How patient will mousesports be? Rops is starting to make his way down. He's got a flashbang. Smoke on the site. They have to cross though. Tariq with the bomb in his hands, praying, but there is no answer. Stand now. 1 versus 2. 6 seconds remain. He's got to commit to the bomb plant, and Rops is here, straight in the head and dead. 11-4 for mousesports. An avalanche of rounds for them in the first half.
Yeah, fantastic form from mousesports, as well as fantastic nerve, I think, shown. Because EG, let's not forget those first 5 or 6 rounds where EG were constantly in every single buy, I think, just narrowly losing rounds with one mousesports player alive. Their economy was very fragile, but they managed to find that stability. It wasn't just Rops. We saw Woxic doing great stuff at the beginning, Frozen, Karrigan. Everybody had their moments for mousesports. And this wasn't the mousesports I think that we've been seeing too much of in the rest of the tournament. they're looking a lot better right now, and this is the time to do it too.
Yeah, Rops, he has been playing great this entire tournament, all the games I've been watching. 17-4-7, so I guess that was a good pick. Again, just from map to map, his CT plays have been so interesting to watch, and we'll see how he chooses to be a pain. On the T side now, it's still not too late for EG. Their heads don't seem to be in the right places, though, from those expressions, and you can't really blame them. With the rounds they've lost, where they really should have won, on paper at the very least. If they can win the pistol, game on. If they can't, who on earth knows? There'll be a P250 dropped for Rops. He is the raid boss. He will buy himself some Kevlar. He's got that extra range for the one shots and the pistol rounds. Outside of that, it's pretty much Kevlar. Karrigan with a smoke and a flash, and it's all Kevlar for EG. Just going to try and abuse their USPs, use the range while they can. Cirque and Breeze pushing down long together while Tarek shows some presence around Fountain. I'm not too concerned with the B bomb site then. Ethan and Stan will be passive in that respect.
Well, Rups has spotted a couple aggressive CTs. So they're trying to battle against him. But Rups knows that he doesn't need to take these fights. And instead will join his team towards that B bomb site in which they've taken. And EG are playing B retake. This was by design effectively losing the B bomb site. But Rups could really cause some problems. They know that he could potentially be anywhere on these flanking positions, and dropping straight into him is Breeze, and Rox is very, very good with that P250. Slow and considered shooting, and he will be rewarded. And now it's up to Tarek, a 1 versus 5 here.
Yeah, good luck with that. Maybe do some damage to the armor or something. No, he will fall. So there is the pistol round for mousesports. Again, it's just a great demonstration from Rops with how patient he is with the shots of the P250. If you respect your pacing from bullet to bullet, then it will be accurate. If you spam it, then you're just going to have more inaccuracy, which won't do you any favors. So he has the nerve to be able to do that. 19 for 7 now is Rops, and it is indeed worst case scenario for Evil Geniuses. mousesports have won both pistol rounds, it's worth noting at this point. And it's forced by City for Evil Geniuses. Cirque has the scout. There's a bunch of pistols on the rest of them. They've got some smokes and flashes. And now we can see what mousesports' anti-force buy is like. EG had a trouble on their T side. More so with the ecos / saved weapons. There's an opening tag with the scout. The mousesports, they're playing very slow, so we have to see how they use their time. They've held on to most of their utility. They've got plenty of Molotovs and such to force CTs from their positions when required. That smoke will go in the middle of the site, which will obscure vision to some degree from the balcony area. And they start to move in. Karrigan is well ahead of his teammates, though. The smoke is up behind him, but he does win the first kill. There we go. So late entrance from Rops, but he will trade the fray.
Yeah, I think that's a great heads-up play by Karrigan. Just get the 1-for-1, really important, and it allows his teammates, even though they were split up from him, to just have enough space to have an easy to deal with second kill to follow up with, and now they have a man advantage. I mean, so it could be problematic with that scout. There are two players, both Rops and Frozen, that would die from a body shot of the scout, so that is a scary prospect. But you can see they're moving together. They don't have a smoke, which is a little bit annoying, but they do have a flashbang and a Molotov, which could pose very useful in the following moments in this round. And interestingly, EG sitting on the A bomb site, and mousesports actually rotating into the A site. So this could go wrong here. Stands in a very good position. Yep,
Cirque's got the time to run again. It is a fast rotation. He's playing the time, but he's been spotted by Woxic. It was the right play, but Woxic had a great presence of mind, and now Cirque's lost his position. That's unlucky. Again, it's just nothing but frustration. There's nothing wrong with what Stan did. They have time pressure. He's not checked by the first person. He doesn't expect to be just checked by the second. Great awareness from mousesports as well. That's so beautiful. That probably would have been a round loss had Woxic not checked that position. So fantastic work from him. That rotation was really scary. They had no smoke for the balcony, so I imagine they were scared of just being tagged to death by Cirque. But there we go. They survived the test, and this is looking really strong now for mousesports. Not much else that EG can do. They've bought some HEs, but outside of that, it's USPs, and they'll pretty much just wait for their death, wait for their fate.
Yeah. It is inevitable. Maybe they can get a kill out of it. Do some damage to mousesports at the very least. mousesports will take this very patiently. And they have been looking very focused so far and very disciplined. It's good to see out of mousesports. It's definitely a team, I think, comprised of players which everybody could be a fan of, but it seems like it's been a struggle for them to really get the results that one would imagine from a collection of individuals such as we see on mousesports. So see them finally deciding to go for the play, and very little Tarek seems to be able to do there with that USP by himself. And indeed, it's inevitable. There is at least one kill from Ethan, but Cirque will go down as well, and that's 4 players surviving. 14-4, mousesports on the cusp of victory on map 1 of this best of 3 against Evil Geniuses. And I don't know that I ever expected to see it look quite like this.
Yeah, the fashion in which this is happening is crazy, but I can rarely imagine a more frustrating game from EG's POV, just for so many reasons. The list is becoming bigger and bigger. Stanislaw he's only got 4 kills at the moment, 4 for 16. Meanwhile, Rops is 22 for 8. He hasn't even died 10 times in 24 rounds. But again, like, while he's having a great individual performance, it is the team play and the synergy of mousesports, which has a lot to do with this as well. Ethan with the AWP around the pillar takes Chris J out, looking to burst into the B-bomb site with little warning. Mousesports, it might be a creep through the smoke. Ethan spots the shadow, but he can't find the frag. Down goes Carrigan on the site. Ethan now in shotgun mode, hops up, gets taken down though. 3 versus 3, Tarek up top, gets popped as well. Cirque now around the back, he's got Stanislaw creeping with him. He's got that rifle support, the bombs on the ground. There's plenty of time in his 2 versus 2. Jockeying for position, Stan delivers his 5th. His 6th, actually. He's frozen in a 1 versus 1 now after he takes Stan out. Has he done enough? Oh, it's that headshot through the wall. It's not enough, but Cirque will eventually go down. So much variance, a war of attrition on the B bomb site, but it's game point for mousesports. EG just can't win a round.
Yeah, I have to say that this was very unfortunate for them. There's a lot of spots where they couldn't quite get the kills. They get the damage, but not the full kills quickly enough. And there's also, you know, Cirque, he gets a flick shot, but he gets a leg instead of the body shot. There's just so many small things there that really didn't go quite their way. And as you say, James, this map so far has been characterized by that, but not to take any credit away from mousesports, who've been playing immaculate Counter-Strike so far. And indeed, 15-4, and they're looking to close it down. No AWP here for EG. They are stuck on an MP9 of FAMAS. And it just, yeah, it's not good. Only one real rifle to play with. It's going to be difficult for them to find a way into a victory in this round. Limited utility as well. Playing defensively across the map. They don't have any information right now. Stan is the most forward player with position towards Divider, but he can't even really see beyond the connector exit. And mousesports now start to rally towards long. A pretty big blind spot, and there's no AWP to stop them.
Evil Genius is starting to show some activity on the B-bomb site. Looks like there'll be a rotation towards A. I'm not sure if Breeze is brave enough to walk into that short B position, as mousesports haven't given him all the sound cues in the world. Some recent grenades, but that's about it. 45 seconds in indeed. Breeze has walked into short B as Ethan smokes Monster. Will that mean 4 players on the A-bomb site? 39 seconds remaining. And with Breeze and short B, that's a lot of information, but it will be still 3 players towards the A-bomb site. Tarek will have a very brief shadow advantage and should avoid the flashbangs. There's 1 kill traded immediately by Frozen, but Cirque is here to hold position. Bombs on the floor. There will be a full rotation. Great shots from Stanislaw. And then they've got the crossfire of their own on the A-bomb site. Won't last very long, though. Stereo frags for mousesports as they look to plant the bomb. Still needs to be picked up, however. 15 seconds. They don't really know where these CTs are. Breeze will spot the cross, but Woxic has the angle. Ethan now, does he go for it? Looking for the trade frag at the 180, and he's going to take the round. Finally, something from EG in this half. This will be their first round, but will it be their last?
What a transfer from Ethan. That is absolutely brilliant. He knew that he had to get the transfer there. He knew that there was a player covering, and every time it's just a correct guess. That is that's a very fine margin to keep them alive here, and it's so many match points, or rather game points in a row that they have to contend with, but it's got to start somewhere, and Ethan's given them a lifeline. We'll see what they can do with it. Cirque will pick up an AWP in this following round, and here once again we'll see this just beautiful game sense from Ethan. Knows exactly how to play this situation, and is completely perfect and ice cold. But it's not going to let up anytime soon, I don't think, James. Feels like just a matter of time. Quick water take coming in from mousesports. Boost as a response, but it's been spotted immediately.
Fast play, mousesports completely changing the pace. They're lining up for Carrigan. Not sure how many he saw, how many will be on the radar, but he continues to pursue before these smokes go up, but he can't find the kill. There's a chance for a 6th round now for EG. They've still got Stan above connector, so it's 2 versus 2 on the B bomb site. Ethan spraying. Got to keep some bullets in the hole though, because the bomb plant was a fake. Rob's in that smoke once again. He's seen one by Graffiti. He hears one by the water. But how do they find that 3rd player? How do they choose who to engage? Roxic will take Ethan out by Graffiti. They have the information. And there's Tarek holding down the site. He still doesn't know where Stan is. He's wondering, where is Stan coming from? I know where Tarek is, roughly, more or less, looking for the trade fragger, but Stan's still miles away. He hasn't been a part of this engagement for ages. But the more Woxic look, it's just like, surely he's here somewhere, and soon he will be. Tarek's finally taken down, looking to switch out for a weapon. And there's Stan just in time, the cavalry at the last second. I think Tarek was running out of bullets. Probably felt like he couldn't reload because of Stan's position.
It's crazy too, because you see Woxic's POV there. He was looking monster and he flicked a shot just as Stan appeared, because then when we switched to his POV, because he was just flicking back, the timing there is kind of crazy, isn't it? The slimmest of margins.
Oh, imagine that from EG's POV. That's got to be so nervous with Stan still on the way. Went all the way around to T-spawn rather than facing connector. But that's put mousesports on pistols. So there's a chance for a catch-up. Some semblance of one. It is a very long catch-up. But anything's possible. The CT side can be strong now. They just need to get comfortable. Won't feel familiar to win around the way this game has gone so far. Some fishing from Chris J puts Ethan on 20, but all the kills going the way of EG, as they should in a round such as this. Frozen. Some burst fire. Great timing from him. Still alive for now. Can't pull out the weapon though. Full play survive for EG. All good in the hood in that respect.
Okay, this is it's a long road. It's a long road. Evil Geniuses have a Krieg now, but again, they are lacking the AWP, which has certainly been really useful for them in the hands of either Ethan or Cirque, of course. And mousesports. Well, they try to speed things up here and surprise their opponents with the pacing. Well, we have a fast push towards Fountain coming in from Stan and Cirque with the nades looking to find some damage early on, but it's going to be one kill, but the trays come through. Woxic gets the kill onto Cirque, but enormous damage from the HEs and so on thrown by Evil Geniuses. We've got both Chris J and Frozen below 50% health, which is not great, and they will fall back. So I think it's fair to say that EG came out on top there.
Yeah, I think they're trying to put pressure on mousesports early for the rounds to come, make them afraid of potential pushes in the future rounds in that Fountain position. Mixed results. And here comes a burst into the monster position, but Ethan had an angle on Chris J, but they are on the side. The smokes are up now for the CTs. That's a great shot from Robs. He's been bursting from game to game, but his time will come to an end in this round at least. Breeze now, they can't really plant the bomb with Breeze's position, and those smokes up. Flashbangs continue. And now Woxic has moved the bomb out of the bomb site. Now, Frozen, elevated position. That might give Woxic some extra seconds, and it might not, because Stan has that superior position once again, as he commonly is, found at the top of connector. And that's round 8 in the bag, and it's pistols once more for mousesports.
Indeed it is. EG hanging on. They're hanging on the edge of the cliff by their fingernails, but...
By their nails, not even their actual fingers, Dan. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
But they're making it work, and as you say, pistols. And it would just be the way of the world, wouldn't it, for mousesports to win the rounds this time with just the Deagles. No utility to speak of. Will be, due to that fact, unable to challenge that Molotov. Ooh, deep HE. Not going to catch Woxic, able to see it in time. He does take a little bit of damage, though. And Stan turning the corner.
Ooh.
Bit of an extra few bullets in case there's a trade fragger right behind.
Scary to see him walk down connector with an AK in his hand on an anti-eco. But he's alive for now. Well, there is a gun to potentially be collected. Yet Frozen doesn't know if anybody's up long, but now he knows that no one's facing it at the very least. It's a Krieg, no less. Now, there is damage to be done with this. There's over a minute on the clock. Definitely wants to make it as expensive as possible for EG. Does somebody bother to go and retrieve the bomb is another question. Looks like he might go to do that. Rops is a big fan of doors. Some trivia could put on a little tooltip. Likes to look at doors from close range. What a nice door. Look at that handle.
I thought you were going to talk about when the chicken blocked him in the door.
There's a flash for him. Out he goes. So there's a flash and a door open at pretty much equal time, but there's no movement from EG just yet. Ethan is about to see the bomb, but looked away at the wrong time. And why did he look away? Don't know what angle his teammate's holding, but the bomb's been dropped now by Tarek, who cleans up the rest of the round, so everything's fine. Now the score's starting to get close. I do wonder if, like, if mousesports lose this round and the Evil Geniuses, like that one figure next to the EG side becomes 2, if there is something psychological there where mousesports start to get concerned.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy that you have to just credit the clutch of Evil Geniuses, and they've been in positions. I have seen them in these positions before, even on this map, where they've been looking down the barrel of defeat, and they just hold their nerve and they just grind it back, round by round, grind it back as though the score could be anything, and they're just playing Counter-Strike round by round, and they're very good at that. So it's definitely something that it's on the cards for sure. And we're going to see the ops coming out for both sides. It's been a while since we saw ops for either side, because mousesports been losing rounds, been unable to purchase it, and EG have been taking so much economic damage, been unable to purchase it. But once again, we see that full buy. So I wonder how this will change the complexion of the rounds to come.
Rops and Ethan top fragging for their respective teams. Ethan 20 for 20 now. It's a presence shown by Cirque up top, and with that smoke around that T-ramp position, that might really slow down mousesports' approach, as we mentioned before. EG taking a generally more aggressive approach to the fountain area than we saw from mousesports for the most part in the first half. Stan now has gone deep towards long with Cirque for support. So after showing presence towards fountain, Cirque can now be found at long toilets.
Look how passive mousesports are being here. They're really trying to get a catch on some aggressive maneuvers, but they will be forced forwards and stand in that close range position. Could it be a problem? You never know what setup you're going to run into on the A side of the map. There's so many different types of CD setups. And Stan, if they don't go towards long anytime soon, he gets a flanking timing eventually. But it's quite difficult to know exactly, to have the game sense to know exactly when the perfect timing is to push. So to come off the angle, and there is the push. Stan gets one. He sees 2 more players as well as the bomb. And now Cirque is in a forward position with the AWP. He knows there are at least 3 players, 2 to 3 players nearby.
Carrigan's short B, and Ethan started running away from the B bomb site, which Carrigan probably heard. But Ethan's gone back to B, so I don't know if that was a deliberate bait, expecting him to make a play into B, which isn't happening just yet. Again, the psychological warfare between these two teams is fantastic. Carrigan's showing that presence, but they are going towards the A-bomb site. And EG must have bought their own bait, because Tarek rotated to B as well. So it's only Cirque towards the A-bomb site. So only Cirque, but there are 10 seconds. He's waiting for a peek, but down he goes to the Molotov. They're lining up, but that was so close. Will the bomb get planted? 4 seconds only frozen now. I don't think he's got time. This is absolute carnage, but EG have made it to 10.
That's insane. What a beautiful lineup coming in from Tarek. That was a perfect timing to get that. And one more round. And again, the slimmest margins, Evil Geniuses. You have to credit just the nerve that they have. They don't seem to be breaking. Cirque, obviously, a very frustrating situation. He knew that he had to try to make a play there. The mousesports have positioned so much further forward than he had really considered. And that was what really caught him, I think. And 5 more rounds for overtime. I can't really believe that EG have come this far, but they're showing us their quality in their class.
Oh, imagine a HE now.
Oh, this could be absolutely huge. Oh my goodness, Chris J takes him down straight away. I thought it'd be at least 1 kill for Ethan.
I don't think Breeze wants any part of that duel with an M4 versus a Krieg after his teammate just got dropped on the B bomb site. That could be curtains. If he loses that duel, forced to fall back, forced to rotate is Stanislaw. This has been a really awesome game of Overpass, even though it was very dominant for mousesports, the fashion in which it was. And just the mental war we're seeing between both teams has been fantastic. Frozen wins his duel, but won't survive the flames. Tarek with an off angle by the barrels. Maybe sees the bomb on the radar. Chris J falling back. Going to leave Rops in position. Again, this is pretty much a half buy for mousesports, but it might just be enough. Carrigan's taken Cirque out on the A bomb site, so it could be a rotation. It certainly is for the CTs. He has the AWP now, making his way down the stairs from Bank. He has an off angle. Surely this is doomed for Evil Geniuses. Tarek alone now on the A bomb site, but the bomb is headed towards B. The back and forth, the fakes, the jiggles, the reads, the plays have all led to a 16-10 for mousesports.